While the world is busy worrying about the next economic downturn, they're missing the real story quietly unfolding in West Africa. This isn't about a crash, it's about the start of a new gold rush. Nigeria, a country that's been all about oil for decades, is sitting on a massive treasure trove, and the government is finally starting to unlock it. For years, Nigeria's story was a frustrating one. Unbelievable wealth right under its feet, while poverty remained a daily struggle for many. But things are changing, and fast. Forget what you think you know. We're going to show you why some of the world's smartest investors are now looking at what could be the next great frontier for gold. This is the story of a sleeping giant waking up, and why its gold rush is really just beginning. For half a century, when you thought of Nigeria, you thought of one thing: crude oil. It built cities, funded the government, and defined the nation's place in the world. But that total reliance on oil became a kind of curse. While everyone was focused on the oil rigs, a much bigger prize lay dormant right beneath the soil. Nigeria's mining sector, with an estimated potential value of over $700 billion, was left to gather dust, making up less than 1% of the nation's GDP. Think about that for a second. A $700 billion opportunity almost completely ignored. The country has at least 44 different types of minerals, from lithium to iron ore. But it's the gold that holds a special allure. A huge 600-kilometer belt of gold-bearing rock cuts right across the country, a geological gift of incredible proportions. But for decades, the story of Nigerian gold wasn't about big, modern mines and national prosperity. It was about illegal miners trying to scratch out a living while the profits vanished into the shadows, often fueling instability. This wasn't just a missed opportunity, it was a systemic problem. Without reliable geological data, major international investors couldn't take the risk. Nigeria was like a man dying of thirst while sitting on a well, unable to draw the water. Its potential was its biggest frustration, a constant reminder of what could be. That is, until now. The turning point wasn't one single event, but a series of deliberate major shifts in government policy. It all started with a simple admission: the old way of doing things wasn't working. The country had to move beyond oil, and economic diversification became a top priority. Then came the big moves. In 2025, the Nigerian government announced a commitment of around 1 trillion naira, roughly $630 million, to back mining exploration. To put that into perspective, before 2023, the total investment in exploration was a measly $2 million. This isn't just a budget increase, it's a massive vote of confidence. This new funding is aimed directly at the sector's biggest weakness: a lack of data. But money alone doesn't solve anything. Recognizing this, the government completely overhauled the agencies in charge. In August 2023, the old Ministry of Mines and Steel Development was split into two: a Ministry of Solid Minerals Development and a Ministry of Steel Development. To cut through red tape and boost transparency, the Nigerian Geological Survey Agency launched a digital platform in 2024 called the Mineral Resources Decision Support System. Plus, new regulations now require any company applying for a mining license to have a clear plan for processing the minerals locally. The days of just digging and shipping raw materials are over. These internal changes in Nigeria are happening at the perfect time, with powerful global trends adding fuel to the fire. The world is hungry for gold, and the prices show it. After hitting record highs over $2,400 an ounce in May 2024, prices have remained strong, with some analysts forecasting them to push towards $3,000 in 2025. This price surge makes gold mining incredibly profitable and completely changes the math for investors. This isn't just a Nigeria story. The whole West African region is in a gold boom, with some projections showing production could grow by over 10% by 2025, faster than most other places in the world. Countries like Ghana are already major players. This creates a powerful spillover effect. As mining companies find success in neighboring countries, they start looking for the next opportunity. With its huge, untapped reserves, Nigeria is the obvious answer. Words and policies are nice, but money talks. And right now, money is flowing into Nigeria. The government's reforms have directly sparked a surge in foreign investment, attracting over $800 million for new processing projects in 2024. The best example of this new reality is the Segilola gold mine in Osun State. Run by Thor Explorations, Segilola is Nigeria's first and only industrial-scale gold mine, and it's the ultimate proof of the sector's potential. It shows that large-scale, modern, and very profitable gold mining can be done right in Nigeria. and it is incredibly profitable. In the first quarter of 2025, the mine produced nearly 23,000 ounces of gold and pulled in a record net income of $34.4 million. It sold its gold at an average price of $2,720 per ounce, turning a massive profit with a production cost of just $950 per ounce. To make the deal even sweeter, the government has rolled out investor-friendly incentives like multi-year tax holidays, no import duties on mining equipment, and rules that make it easy to move capital. This isn't just talk, it's a carefully designed environment meant to attract foreign money and keep it safe. The success of Segilola isn't a one-off, it's the blueprint. This gold rush is about more than just digging up a shiny metal, it's about rewriting Nigeria's entire economic story. For decades, the country has struggled to diversify away from oil. This new mining sector is a key part of that plan, promising a stronger, more balanced economy. One of the biggest wins is jobs. New mines and processing plants create thousands of them, from high-skilled geologists and engineers to local contractors and drivers. In a country with high unemployment, that's a lifeline. To make sure the workforce is ready, the government is investing in its people by establishing a national mining institute to train a new generation of professionals. But the government's requirement for local value addition is the real game changer. By making companies build processing plants inside the country, the reforms make sure more of the wealth stays in Nigeria. This helps kickstart other industries, builds up local supply chains, and boosts local economies in a way that just exporting raw dirt never could. The goal is to build a whole ecosystem around mining, turning it into an engine for prosperity that everyone can share in. Of course, this journey won't be easy. You can't undo decades of neglect in a year or two. Major infrastructure gaps, especially in electricity and transportation, are still a big hurdle for mining companies. Security in some mineral-rich areas is still a real concern, and the long-standing problem of illegal mining continues to steal revenues and damage the environment. But the government is tackling this problem directly, deploying a new mines marshal force that has already arrested hundreds of illegal operators. But you have to see these challenges for what they are. The growing pains of a sector that's changing incredibly fast. The scale of the reforms, the flood of new investment, and the real-world results at mines like Segilola show a powerful commitment to clearing these hurdles. The momentum is overwhelmingly positive. What we're seeing here isn't just a temporary boom, it's the beginning of a long-term industrial transformation. Nigeria has all the key ingredients: massive gold deposits, a government that is serious about pro-investment reforms, and a global market that wants what it has. The new exploration funding is unlocking the country's geological secrets, while success stories like Segilola are lighting a clear, profitable path for others to follow. The era of Nigeria as a sleeping giant of the mineral world is over. The giant is awake, and it's starting to make some noise. The question isn't if a gold rush will happen anymore, but just how big it will get. And all the signs suggest it's just getting started. What do you think about Nigeria's new gold frontier? Can the country become one of the world's top gold producers? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into the mining stories that are shaping Africa and our world, make sure you subscribe for more updates.